Alright guys, we are here downtown DC at the Labyrinth game shop for today's DC Store Championship for Game of Thrones. I figured I'd take the opportunity to get some footage of the shop and promote it a little bit. So if you guys are in the area of Pennsylvania Avenue, you should totally come down and check out this shop. It's awesome. I'll take you inside now and we'll check out what it looks like.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another jousting contest on AMC. Today we have Chris Briley on the left with the very popular Lannister Crossing deck, playing against Ted Rubin on the right with the standard Greyjoy Sun deck. Generally like to see a lot of icon manipulation out of the Greyjoy Sun. Chris playing the very popular Lannister Crossing deck. So my understanding is that this is a little different than the one with the jumpers that has been dominating the circuit lately.
5 cards? It's so scary. I don't like that. Paramore, Scout, and...
Looks like a very strong start for Ted here. 5 cards out of Greyjoy Fealty. I usually only expect to see about 3 cards out of Greyjoy Fealty. It's a very expensive deck, so he's got to be very happy with 5 cards here.
I promise.
I also wanted to take this opportunity to explain some of the things that sometimes I say, and I take for granted that people understand why it's better to have more cards on setup. So for those of you listening who are unfamiliar with this theory, when you play setup, you want to place as many cards as you can because it's essentially card advantage when you can redraw back up to 7. So right now, Ted, who has placed and redrawn 5, has 2 card advantage over Chris, who has placed and redrawn 3. So Ted has seen 2 additional cards more than Chris has. So that is why you want to place as many cards on setup as you can. Chris has a good start with 2 characters and a King's Road, but I don't think anybody would argue that Ted has the better start here with Seastone, 2 characters, some economy, and it looks like Raiding Scout there. The raiding longship or whatever scouting vessel's called in 2.0. It's like double noble cause. Not a huge surprise here. Both guys trying to get a big start. Both guys have pretty expensive decks.
I count 6 gold.
Am I missing power? No, there it is.
Looks like Ted's going first, as he generally would prefer to do anyways, so he's probably pretty happy about that.
Okay. Area of 3. I'm going to use this.
Sure.
I don't want you to play a bananas port ship right, guys.
See,
Chris very wisely drops his King's Road prior to
yeah.
Ted playing potentially a shipwright.
Yeah.
So, like, if you
because
were,
she...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But, like, I could have saved it and used it, but, like, whatever. I know I'm using it anyway. I don't want to take any risks.
Yeah, that's if I'm way smarter than you think I am. Alright. We're going to do a knight, and we're going to do a...
Chris correctly analyzing that it didn't really matter if he preemptively used the King's Road, because even if Ted played the shipwright, he would be able to then use his action window to do the King's Road anyways, but not taking any chances, preventing a potential brain fart. Not necessarily a bad play if he knows he's going to use it anyways.
I'll play Tywin.
Tywin out early. Chris loves that. Ted hates that.
You have 1 gold.
Always want to get out Tywin on round 1 if you can.
I'll pay 1 for a Lannisport Merchant. I'll kneel Lannisport Merchant, and I'll pay 3 for, or 2 more for.
I think interesting. I don't know if Ted did, or Chris did this on purpose, but very smart for him to go second here if he was planning on playing Tywin, because it prevents him from getting milked. also able to get out a Brothel Madam, which is going to put a little choke on Ted, force him to save a gold every turn to declare a military challenge. This is a card that I love. I think it's very strong. It puts a lot of pressure on the opponent to save that dollar. Super strong start for Ted here.
We're going to do Intrigue. We're going to pull in...
Interesting, it does not appear that Ted chose to pay the dollar for the military challenge because he knew it looks like he couldn't win it. So I'm assuming he has a Tears of Bliss in hand. Because he's pushing this intrigue challenge very hard, and I don't know why he would do that and not pay the gold for the military challenge unless he had a specific use for that gold in mind, which I'm assuming is the Tears.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Well, he pulls his opponent's claim, his own Tears, does not play his own, so I'm a little confused why he opted not to pay the gold there, unless I just missed it. I guess he assumed he couldn't win it. I think that was a mistake with the raiding longship. He would have forced Chris to use both of his characters to defend in order to win the challenge. I would have paid the dollar for the military challenge there. Easy choice.
Okay.
Especially because he could have sacked that scout and given that knight stealth and then used the raiding longship to get it through. Early mistake there by Ted, in my opinion. But maybe he's choosing to play the long game. He's got economy. He's got the Seastone chair. Maybe he's got something in mind for next round. But with Tywin out, you can't really afford to play the long game very much.
Okay. 42. Lords of the Crossing. Claim. Insight.
Guys are playing very quickly here. Generally not something I advise. The quicker you play, the more likely you are to forget a trigger, forget to play a card in your hand. I like to go slow and steady, be very deliberate, make sure you check every possibility. You don't want to forget something. And it's very easy to just burn through these phases if you're not paying attention. Happens to the best of us, but the slower you play, the less likely that's going to happen. You can minimize those chances.
Your initiative.
I'll go second. No, I won't. I'll go first.
Okay. Ted is going to have a lot of money here. He gets initiative. He chooses to go first, as I believe he should, out of that deck. There is an argument for going second out of Greyjoy, but that is generally Greyjoy fealty that wants to go second, in my opinion. Even with the cards that give you a bonus for going first, I think it's better to go second because you have a much better shot at their board state. Your stealth is more effective when your opponent has annealed characters. Tons of money here for Ted. Let's see if he can find a Balon to put out. Calling the banners is a plot that I like a lot because it's almost always going to get you at least 6 gold with very high initiative if you play it correctly.
I'm going to play...
You're a monster.
It's rude, but like...
It's not the end of the world. Better than persecution.
It'd be a lot better if I could kill him with Seastone Chair, which I can't do.
Looks like a fishing net on Tywin. Chris is not happy about that.
But you can't have attachments.
Especially with that Seastone chair out.
Giving up
You
on
totally
that
could have
plan.
done that, and I'd have been like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, sure. You did. And we're gonna.
Ted correctly reminds everybody, including me,
I'm so
that
jealous.
by
I mean,
putting a
Tywin
fishing net on
should-
Tywin, it makes him immune to Seastone chair.
Pass Marshall.
You got 5 gold left?
I have 5 gold.
So
So
maybe
I
not
can't-
as good a play as I originally thought, but he does get more economy on the board,
I
which is
will
always good.
roll that and pay 2,
Yep.
and then I will pay my remaining 5 for Tyrion and Tyrion 2.
Oh,
Would you like to give me $1?
I would. Like
Wow.
Thank you.
Chris gets out a duped Tyrion.
Um,
Chris triggers Brothel Madam, and Ted pays the dollar this time.
I did. I want my cards. I don't like you having them.
We're going to roll.
Both of the boards getting a little bloated here. Ted should be guaranteed and unopposed here, if he wants it with his raiding ship. Not really a big decision for Chris here, unless he's got some tricks.
Yeah.
He should just let this go
I realize what has
unopposed.
just happened, but we're gonna go with it anyway.
I'll defend.
Sure. I'm gonna do this thing that's gonna get treachery.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. And then you win.
Okay.
So you get that.
So Chris saves the gold for the treachery. Not a bad play. He has 0 intrigue claim because of Calm over Westeros, so the Hound is safe in his hand. With his board state, though, I don't know that I would waste my treachery on a...
If it says if able, so I'm guessing, yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's
how I understand it.
In that situation, I think I am happy to eat that military challenge and just kill my little chud. I've got a very superior board state with a little bit of economy in the location and a lot of economy in Tywin. He doesn't need that little chud reducer. He's not helping him at all. So I think I would rather save the Hound for attack. Especially in Lord of the Crossing when you have to guarantee those challenges.
Military for 5.
Yeah. That is unopposed.
Right now.
Ted is playing very defensively, and I'm not sure why.
We're going to play the scout.
Okay.
I believe against Lannister Crossing, you have to play aggressively and force them to play defensively. Chris is... Okay, I thought he was going to forget to take his 2 gold there, but he did not.
Plain.
Oh, sorry.
That one's fine, yeah. Power for 4.
Useless card lost for Ted there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already got a ton of economy, so he's probably happy to see that go compared to what else is in his hand.
Claim. Insight. 4 for Dawn. To your much more than 4. You got it.
I'm just storing this power for you, so you can have it.
Thank you. It's very
Players still playing very, very quickly here, which I never like to see. But Lord of the Crossing is getting power very quickly.
And be a huge problem for me in the future, so.
I'm really not sure what Ted can do at this point. Unless he can drop a 2-claim plot and get control of the board. He's in a big, bad spot here.
Conducive to that particular play, so we'll do this.
I'd like to see him drop a Winds of Winter or a Rise of the Kraken. I don't like that play.
I'll go first.
I'm drawing my 5.
Sure.
I don't like the Wildfire here. I mean, sure, he narrows the board, but he's forcing Chris to get rid of 2 essentially useless characters and keeping 3 not-so-good ones of his own. I don't like that play here. He should have waited at least another turn, if not 2 more turns, and forced Chris to decide whether or not to continue to overextend.
A Sand Snake.
Not the right one.
More economy for Ted, which is getting diminished returns at this point.
Because Lannisters.
I think I probably would have left that limited in my hand if I was him, just to leave it for intrigue fodder, because he doesn't really need the money at this point.
Is that more timely experience?
Chris now with a fistful of cards, tons of economy. Ted is not looking to be in a very good spot. Looks like I can peek Cersei in Chris's hand. I expect that to hit the board.
Worst part is I believe you.
Unless he wants to try to get tricky.
Camping 2.
Okay, he opts to go for the Hound. I guess he wants extra military icon here. But with a triple duped
On the
Tyrion,
other hand, you actually
Chris is sitting very, very pretty.
For stuff.
for treachery this time, so that's cool. Nonetheless, let's roll military.
So he does do the military challenge. It's going to force Chris to either use another treachery on the raiding ship or double defend.
Unopposed challenge.
One of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Claim is applied. From
Chris lets it go unopposed. Ted uses a We Do Not Sow on some of Chris's economy, relatively meaningless at this
I
point,
still
in my
do.
opinion.
Okay. There is still claim though.
Interesting.
Right? 'Cause this-
Interesting interaction there.
One of the many Tyrians can die.
So Chris cancels the Sea Stone Chair. Second Treachery. Very great card. Very, very good card. One of the best cards in 2.0, in my opinion.
Let's pull
In
time.
a universe
Tyrion
with
and
not a lot of
Greyjoy,
cancel, Treachery is king.
which I will then lose. Will I lose that? Wait. No, I will not. Yeah, I will lose the entry.
Okay.
And then let's.
Ted has got to be feeling a little bit neutered here. Chris is in complete control.
Power.
The only challenges
very
that
much
Ted
aware.
is winning
I'm
is
not
because
using
Chris
it.
is letting him win them.
Okay, so. Unopposed.
Chris opting to leave 3 characters standing so that he can guarantee his Lord of the Crossing power. Very smart.
Your-
What do you have standing, Ariane?
Just.
Those challenges that Ted was making, relatively harmless at this point in the game.
Yeah.
And Chris already has 6 power.
1 for 9.
Sure. Unopposed. Yeah, seems good.
Ouch.
Unopposed. Pillage.
And that is why you drop in the mountain.
Claims? Oh no, sorry.
Oh, claim. Yeah, claim,
Claim
first.
first.
Sorry.
Claim and Risen.
You drop in the mountain with that event for very cheap.
Clear out as much as board as I can.
Yeah.
We
Wow,
have
Chris
three
is having all the answers here. So he dropped in the
but killing
mountain
Balin is
for free in
super
order
okay.
to play
Yeah,
the
dead.
put to the sword
Wait,
guaranteed.
oh.
It puts him in the dead pile. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Put
He
that
then
guy
not
in the
only
dead
killed
pile.
somebody
Yeah,
for
yeah.
claim,
So
man.
it's pretty okay.
Yeah, that's not the worst.
but then when Ted tries to cancel that claim
for 2.
and
These are
save
for now.
somebody with
Yeah, it's
Risen,
gonna go away, though.
Chris has the hands
Oh,
judgment.
because of Yumi Rory, yeah. Alright.
Just
So,
adding insult to injury.
Sure, unopposed.
Unopposed.
Viking
Claim.
Road.
Insight. Power for 6.
Ted's hand is now empty. His board is
Unopposed.
essentially
Claim
empty.
Towards the crossing.
Completely neutered.
I win Dom.
You win Dom with the house.
Just
Damn,
all the
actually.
power in the world
Yeah.
on Chris's house
I
card.
do. I actually needed that power.
And Ted concedes.
Oh no! Sorry, he goes away at the end of the phase.
And we've
Oh,
witnessed
This goes away.
our
so I'm still one
first
short.
steamrolling
Yeah. My
on the
bad.
AMC
Sorry.
streams here.
Jousting contest viewers. I almost cheated again for the second time this game. I think I cheated earlier. Yeah, I drew one too many cards.
So they realize the power on the
Oh,
mountain
well.
doesn't matter because he's going to go back to hand. So they're going to
Never
extend
before
this
have
game
I so
artificially
really
for another 30 seconds
Yeah, right.
while they
You have
choose
no cards,
plots
I have no
just
cards
to
right
play it
now.
out.
So
But
let's,
the game is over already.
Let's pretend like this saves us.
This should be suitably devastating then.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good card.
Would you like to go first or second?
I was selecting first.
Chris continues to have fun by dropping first snow, which would mean an empty board for Ted
Did you get a character?
as soon as challenges start.
Because. Okay, doesn't seem strong.
So
Yeah.
we see once again this Lannister Lord of the Crossing deck is just so strong.
I count.
I don't know how it loses at this point if it's played correctly.
Beginning.
Very strong in the current meta.
3 cost characters return to our hand.
The no middle ground meta did not slow this deck down at all and arguably made it better. Ted passes challenges since he doesn't have any characters, and Chris closes the game.
Oh, okay, not
Thanks for watching.
at all.
And we will see you next time on AMC.